Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Matt Johnson. We are back with another episode of Real Estate Uncensored. This is going to be awesome because for a couple of reasons. Number one, sadly, Brad Inman could not join us. He had a scheduling conflict, and so we're going to get him back on the books for a later time. But we had a very special guest that we were just going to bring in for the first few minutes just to answer some questions and riff with us. He is now our guest for the entire hour, and I'm going to make him wait for a second. So how's that?
No, you should. He deserves to wait. You wait in the corner there, Aaron. All dark and shit.
That's right. For anybody that can't see. Okay. So for those of you, while we wait for people to join us live, which we thank you so much for doing, make sure to subscribe on YouTube and then on iTunes and Stitcher if you prefer the audio versions, nestled right here between your ears where we so belong.
So deep and good.
All right, so
I had to do it.
It was good, Greg. Thanks for holding back. The junior grandmaster himself in the co-pilot seat, as always, Greg McDaniel. Greg, what's up today?
What's up, Pimpalicious? How are you? Happy Friday to both of you players. Yeah, dude, I gotta tell you, I got a fully packed day. I'm really excited to have Aaron here. He and we're going to talk about what we're doing on live prospecting calls into his group that he founded, get a little bit of history on him. But after I get to deal with you numbskulls, I get to go run around with 7-year-olds and play Ninja. Yeah, didn't see that one coming, did ya? No, that's going to be my nephew's. It's his 7th birthday. He doesn't want a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle party. He just wants a ninja party. So I get to go put all black on and drink beer. That's my ninja. That's my ninja throwing stars. Beer can into the garbage. Ooh, nailed that.
All right. Well, let's officially bring him in. Aaron Wittenstein from the Lead Gen Scripts and Objections Facebook group. What's up, man?
Am I supposed to talk now?
Yes, that would be
you're allowed. Yes, you're allowed. I know it's hard for you.
What's going on? It's really hard. I had to hold back that entire time. So now, no idea the language that we're using on this thing. I've got an image to uphold here, so I'm going to go just with like R while you're X here. So.
Oh, okay.
Fucking disappointment.
So you're gonna work what we call a little light blue, shades of blue.
Yes.
50 shades of blue.
I'm 37 shades of blue.
Okay. All right. So all right. Well, let's pick out a place to start. So.
A shave.
Yeah. All right. What's the deal with the shaving?
Today, I didn't really realize I was going to be on TV. So.
We're glad. See, it's that kind of effort and dedication that we appreciate out of you every single day.
What do you think? Should I grow a beard?
Go for it.
All right, it's the 3-day. All right, sorry, we'll get on. All right, let's keep going.
I would say wait until about September when the leaves start to turn in New York. Then you start growing out the beard, right?
Yes, playoff beard.
Yeah, playoff beard, exactly. Yeah, for the Knicks, Bulls.
No. I'm a Bulls fan.
Okay, I was gonna say. I mean, I know where you're from. Okay. This is all right. Well, let's deliver some value real quick. So you are the founder of the Lead Gen Scripts and Objections. We pull questions out of the group all the time because it's fun and entertaining. But I'm curious, like, what are some of the questions that you see roll through there all the time that just make you shake your head and go, "What the hell?"
Oh man, I can't answer that question. No, actually, what we did. Here's what I will say. There are other groups there that are there for that. We actually screen the posts because what was happening for such a long period of time, we're getting questions that you should probably go ask your broker. I have no issue if you're going to ask them in our form, but the thing is we want to keep ourselves to a higher standard than some of the other people that are out there. And, we really want to keep it focused. We keep it laser focused. We're called Lead Gen Scripts and Objections. So the focus of the calls have to be, or the posts have to be about lead generation. That can be anything. Scripts, objection handling, mindset, time management. That's our focus. We let you go elsewhere if you have a question about what do I do if a hot water heater broke on my listing.
You call a plumber.
Yeah.
I mean, wow. That's painful.
Oh my God. Okay. Yeah. That's got. I mean, that kind of stuff has to drive you nuts. But that makes sense. All right. So let me tell you a quick story, Aaron. We covered this on one of our last podcasts, and it was another group. But I know you'll get a kick out of this. I just about fell over because it was funny because I was on my way to I was at the airport in the TSA line to come to see your ass, and I'm looking at
this is a good one.
Somebody posted this into one of the other groups, and I just happened to be scrolling through, and the question was this: how do where can I find leads of buyers and sellers who are ready to buy right now? I don't have time to nurture internet leads.
That's like, okay, here's what we're going to do. I want you, this is what I'm putting there, be like, I want someone to give me $5 million. How do I do it without doing anything at all?
Yeah. That's basically exactly it. And this person got torn up to a new level. One of the guys that responded to this gal, he's like, you know what? I think you should probably look into, being a waitress. Two things there. You get to wear a nice apron, and you're always going to have a ready and willing clientele walking through your front door that you don't have to nurture. Get out of the business. And I'm like, oh, snap. Boom. They were like hyenas tearing into this chick. I'm like, good. Dumb bitch deserves it. I mean, if you're not going to build the freaking relationship with somebody, then you don't deserve to have the clientele, because this is a relationship-based business. End of story. And if you don't see that, there's a door. Don't let it hit you on the way out, because you're just going to give a bad name to this industry. That's why we created this podcast, and that's why you created your Facebook group, to bring professionalism back to this marketplace. People like that
the thing is,
go
that
away.
Post would have never that never would have even made it into our group, because you have to set a minimum standard and expectations for people, and it's like, I don't even, something like that, it's not worth my members' time to see something like that, because all it's going to do is make them angry and frustrated. We want to give them high-minded,
But it was so funny.
Well, yes, it was. I can understand that, but I would have deleted it. If I see it, I delete. If I don't like it, I delete it.
Yeah.
Dictator Aaron speaks. I don't like you, I delete you. End of story.
Hey, it's a semi-benevolent dictatorship.
Just a little bit.
I like that, though. I think there's a good ecosystem out there that if the people that manage the Facebook groups, they have a right to be a little bit more selective, because I think there's a lot of value. I mean, we're all members of all these groups, and you really start to see the same variety of questions posted to all the groups, which nullifies the whole point of having different groups, right? This is not a general, hey, come and post whatever you feel like, whatever you're struggling with, and that's especially the stuff where you should ask your broker about it. For the love of God, go ask them about it, and let's keep the Facebook groups that are specialized for what they're intended to be specialized in.
Yeah, because then
there are certain ones out there that, there are certain ones out there that I will remain nameless that do that pretty much are just filter for those
bulletin
things.
board.
I will leave my mouth shut. I don't want to get myself in trouble. You know who you are.
Right. Yes.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Damn you.
You know.
Oh, man. All right, so
all right, can we go on to the next subject now, please? Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll draw.
In your seat and shit.
Move on. Move on before I get in trouble.
That's right. So let's talk about prospecting. So you've been doing some live video streams of your prospecting into the group. So just real quick, you want to share maybe a little bit about your morning routine and how you get psyched up and how you get prepared to hit the phones.
Well, can I explain to you how this whole thing started? Is that okay?
Yes.
Well, I don't really care if you say it anyway, because I'm going to say it anyway. So what happened was, I was having I was not feeling well. I was having the worst day ever, and I knew that I had to get on the phone and lead generate, but I didn't want to. So I'm like, wait a second. I'm like, what's that little thingy down there that looks like a cell tower? Facebook Live. I'm like, well, if I get 5 or 7 people watching me, I have to do a good job, because then I'm on the spot. Next thing I know, I've got 200 some odd people watching me, and that's where it really evolved from. And I just think the coolest part about it is that I am doing my job. All right, and let me explain this, is that people think the reason that I'm doing this is because it really do job at a much higher level. But what I found the cool part about it is that I'm helping people as well. The amount of messages that I get of people that want help or people that want to use my consulting services, and that I had to turn 3 people down in the last hour that I just don't have the time to help. But I got to tell you, it really makes me feel good. I'm a high I, and I love having all these people on it, but I am genuinely helping people. And pretty much what my lead gen looks like is, my morning. I'm up every morning. I know you guys think I'm crazy. I've been waking up at 3:45 every morning.
You are batshit crazy.
Yeah, but I'm doing this. I've got 2 jobs. I've got real estate and I've got my family, and I like to be home every day by 4 o'clock. I'm home every day by 4 o'clock. I don't work Sundays. My phone is off on Sundays. So I start earlier in the morning, and I get to the office at 7:30. I'm on the phone at 8 o'clock. I call the new expireds until they run out. Then I do follow-ups, and then I do whatever I feel like after follow-ups until 11, and I do that Monday through Friday. This month alone, I've taken 6 listings so far. 5 of them are expired listings. One of them, which I'm actually really excited about, which I'm just waiting on the paperwork signed, is I got called on to an expired in Manhattan, $8.9 million. They called me because they considered me to be an expired expert.
Wow.
Nice.
Did you wait, hold on. Back that pony back up. Are you telling me that you just took a $9 million listing off of the calls that you did into the page?
No. What it is an agent in Manhattan has an $8.9 million listing in Manhattan, Keller Williams, and they are having trouble selling it. So they know me as being the expired guy. So they called me in. So I'm basically co-listing an $8.9 million listing.
All right, we're ending the podcast now. I need to go live into the group. I need my $9 million listing.
I'm super excited, and I mean, and it's just when I say how far I've come. I mean, I know I was telling you guys this story before. I remember my first listing appointment that I had. I've only been in New York for 2.5 years. I'm sorry, I've been selling real estate in New York for a little over 2.5 years. My first listing appointment was a $150,000 co-op. $150,000 co-op. And the guy wanted to list at $25,000 overpriced, and I turned down the listing. So the first listing opportunity that I had, he was ready to sign with me, and I refused it. From going from there to doing an $8.9 million listing, it's just amazing when you work hard what you wind up getting. And I do the same thing. I say real estate is my career, but lead generation is my job. You don't have to like your job, but you love your career. So
yeah, no, that's really well said. It's really, really well said. I've been talking to a lot of people, Aaron, and they really, really. I mean, I'm one of them, dude. I literally wake up to you in the morning because I hear that sounded so weird, but I wake up and
creepy.
I know. Creepy. I feel dirty now.
You should. I'm not attractive at all. That's the weird part. It's I don't get it. You're not the first person to say that either. My wife's like, what are people saying? All right, sorry.
No, but I wake up, right, and I one-eyed, I'm messing with my phone and shit before I head to the gym, and I pop onto Facebook, and there you are live, and I gotta tell you, dude, seriously, I like watching you because it's like gambling. It's like a slot machine. You don't know when it's gonna hit, but you know it's probably gonna hit at some point. And then even when you set appointments, and I'm watching you, and I feel like it's partly a victory for me. I'm like, yes, he did it. He did it. I feel good all day just because you got an appointment. And I think that's why the huge reason is that people like to watch. It's because it is kind of like it's like gambling, but there's nothing invested. But they're learning at the exact same time, and then the way that you and I communicate with the people that are there, it builds that relationship deeper and deeper. And I think when you started doing that, Matt and I go live on our personal pages, and you're allowing me to go live on your page now. And the relationships that I'm gaining and the trust that we're building in that group is I don't know any other group that's doing it, man. I think you are plowing a road ahead. So I mean, keep it up, man. It's killer stuff.
Here's the thing. Oh, thank you. But I mean, the way thing different. I'm just getting in there and doing my job, and I'm showing people the dirty. You know what I mean? How dirty it gets. And the thing is, what the crazy part is people on YouTube see a success, but they never saw what they make prior to get to that success. And that's the issue that I think people have. It's like, for example, is like, Greg, you've been out, you showed people properties, right?
A few million times.
You showed the parent properties. What happens is the son and the wife, they see the 27 properties, and the parents come in and see the one, and they crap all over it because they haven't seen the 26 that it took them to get to that one.
Right.
We can all relate to that, right?
Hate that.
So I mean, that's the way that I look at it. Yes, it happens. So you're just seeing what.
It is a lot of fun, but you and I have talked about this off air. I mean, when you and I are on air and we have 100 or whatever amount of people that are watching, or the thousands that will watch later, dude, you go to another level.
The thousands around the world.
Allow yourself to become better at what you're doing because you're on point. And it just improves your game, improves your skills. It helps them know what to say, what not to say. Like I said, I don't know anyone else doing this, and I see a tremendous value of people like you doing live streams, allowing that access, taking down that barrier, not just having a video, but having the two-way communication. It's very, very powerful stuff.
Oh yeah, and I'd like to. And I mean, my thing is I'd like to see another group come to that level because I don't think anybody out there that runs any of these Facebook groups can hold what I strongly feel that, and I would be open to anybody trying. So.
Yeah, my friend Neely, I was talking to her last night, and she's like, I love Aaron. I just love it. When someone told him to go fuck off, and he's like, okay, All right, see you later.
All right, let's take. Speaking of your group, let's take a couple questions from the group about your prospecting, Aaron. So, somebody was curious if you also do FSBOs, which you do, but I'm curious, like, how much of the mix is that, and do you set aside time to like call them separately? Do they just kind of come up in your normal rotation? People just aren't watching long enough to catch the FSBOs in your normal prospecting. Like, how does that work?
I have to be in the right mood to do FSBOs. Like I hopped on today at 10 o'clock and did to be in the right mood because FSBOs aren't as natural to me. My script that I've been working with lately has been working out really well though. And I've been having more success. So it's kind of what I've been doing is new expireds follow up then FSBOs. I actually like FSBOs better than old expireds right now. So.
Yeah, that was actually the second question I was going to ask you. Was somebody's asking about old expireds and what's the best of the best script to go after old expireds. As I don't know if we need an extensively high quality script for that, but if you're going to go after them, like why do you like FSBOs better than old expireds, and how do you approach old expireds?
Well, the thing is, when I'm digging about FSBOs right now is we're getting to that point in the market where people haven't sold, so there's more of a sense of urgency there. So, that's kind of why I like that. I like the low-hanging fruit, new expireds for sale by owners. But there's my ISA actually calls my old expireds for me. The old expireds is very, very simple. It's, hi, this is Aaron. I'm a local realtor. Hang on, let me start that over. Hi, this is Aaron. I'm a local realtor. I was calling about your property on 123 Smith Street. I know that you had the house on the market back in 2010, but the market right now is super hot. Let me ask you something. How on earth did that house not originally sell?
Oh, am I doing this with you?
I like that.
No, that's it.
That's it. That's the script.
That's the opening script.
I'm like, I missed the whole roleplay thing, but yeah, no, that's good thing.
No roleplay necessary.
You lose. You lose. Yeah. You lose. You're the loser of the call today.
Thank you, Aaron. You're such an you're uplifting individual. When I have my bad days, I call you. Oh, you got a problem,
yes,
Greg?
You do. You should.
You having a bad day, Greg? Suck it up. Who gives a shit? Now get the fuck back out there. Okay.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Oh, my God. All right, so you got your ISA calling your old expired. So where does the data come from?
I use a combination of Vulcan 7 as well as Seize the Market data is what I use.
Okay, so how are they working in combination? I don't know much about Seize the Market. I know you talk about it a lot in the group, and there's a ton of questions in the group about it. But how did those two come together?
Well, what it is Seize the Market is a different product. What they are is they're the only all-encompassing program that I know that's out there. So what they do is they're a combination of like any type of real estate product you can imagine. They do everything. They've got a front-end website to capture your leads. They get expired and for sale by owner data, but then it has the sickest CRM I've ever seen in my entire life. This was created by an agent for agents. And the cool part is the data talks directly, the CRM talks to the dialer talks to the CRM. It also has transaction management, 800 numbers, call capture, it syncs with live broadcast. There's so many cool things that this program does. It's by far the only product I've seen real estate with one login.
Wow, okay. Really? So the data is coming from partially from Vulcan 7 and also from Seize the Market. Everything goes into Seize the Market. You're making your dialer out of there, and then everything is tracked.
Yes, I use both data. I can't cross-reference data because sometimes they get different data, so that way I don't miss any phone numbers.
Gotcha. All right. Well, let me throw an objection out and just see how you'd respond. So this is from Julie Lieberman. This was posted, I think, yesterday. So she says, I'm cold calling for listings, and the guy says to me, quote, I would never use you because you're soliciting, and I don't do business that way.
Well, it's a question. They said cold calling, so do we have any idea if it's circle prospecting or expired?
I would assume circle prospecting.
You know what? Honestly, at that point, circle prospecting is, in essence, cold calling. And at that point, I would just move on to the next person. That wouldn't even be worth my time. If it was an expired, I would answer it much differently. But if that was somebody I was just circle prospecting, I'd just move on.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, let's handle the objection then. So if it's somebody you really want to talk to, it's expired listing or it's luxury or whatever, for whatever reason, you want to give an objection and try to get past it. How do you get past that?
Okay. So Matt, would you say that I'm being too aggressive?
Yeah. I prefer education-based marketing.
Understood, but here's the biggest complaint that I get from people whose house didn't sell the first, second, or theyird time is their agent wasn't aggressive enough.
Well, yeah, I guess I can see that.
So the reality of it is your house did sell, And what you're telling me is that you don't want an aggressive agent. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah. I don't like how aggressive you are and just calling me up out of the blue.
Oh, I totally understand, but just imagine I'm working this hard and I haven't even received your business yet. Can you imagine how hard I'm going to work for you when I actually do? I'd love to stop by, take a look at the home, because I think there's a huge opportunity early afternoon or Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday. Yeah, that's good, man. I like it.
I don't get to use that one enough. I love that
one. Yeah, your agent wasn't being aggressive enough.
Well, when they say when they start yelling at me, I always say, "What? I'm being too aggressive?" They're like, "Yeah," and I love that script because it shuts them up every time.
Yeah.
No, it's really good because then it's not like, well, because I think that it's that middle part in there. We've all heard if I'm just as aggressive now, like this is how I'll be when I'm selling your home. They're like, yeah, but then I got to work with you. You're an inner dick. Like I don't want to work with you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's that hey, what I hear from the people whose home didn't sell the first, second, or third time is their agent wasn't aggressive enough, and everybody goes in their mind, yeah, like that is what my friends complain about when their homes don't sell. They always complain about their realtor not doing enough work. It's that part right there because it's a statement that we can all agree with, and everybody goes, yeah, that sounds about right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like it.
I've never had anybody say no. I only use that like 7 or 10 times, but every time they're like, oh yeah, you're right.
All right.
I'm like, I know I am.
Well, shoot, now I know what to expect when I'm on a phone call with you and you're being a dick.
Uh-huh. It's called, it's called Jewish. It's called Jewish guilt. Jewish guilt. It works phenomenally. I learned it from my mother.
Not touching that one.
Oh man, if you could figure out how to combine that with the Catholic guilt, man, you'd be taking listings left and right. All right, so let's take another one. So Nick Jackson says, what are some good income generating afternoon activities to add to a daily schedule?
The same thing you do in the morning.
Yeah, there's no difference. I mean,
just
more prospecting. Same difference.
Well, Aaron, you mentioned like you call old expireds until they run out, then you do FSBOs or follow up and then FSBOs. So what else would you? I mean, at some point you're going to run out in the sense of if you don't have a lot to follow up on.
Oh, I don't run out.
But why don't you run out? What are you doing?
11,000 because I have 11,000 old expireds. We went back to 2010, so I'm not going to run out of numbers to call.
Gotcha.
And we call new expireds every day for 30 days, twice a day. So we don't run stuff at all.
Gotcha.
And keep in mind, I'm only getting 2 to 5 expireds a day, so it's not like I'm getting a ton of stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, until you get a hold of them, you're calling them twice a day for the first 30 days. They're on the off the market, I should say.
Yeah, pretty much my opinion on that is until they buy, die, or tell us to get off. If they tell us to get off, we just call them back in a month because they won't remember.
Gotcha. Okay, makes sense. All right, so here's another one. This is getting more into the client management, so I don't want to spend too much time on this one. But Christian Bindel asks, we're getting all, the objection is we're getting all this activity and no offers. I don't think you know how to sell this place. So I'm sure you have to run into this at some point. I mean, you're taking listings that are expired potentially for a reason, and they're sometimes you're able to deal with those reasons before you go on the market. Sometimes you're having to put the home on the market, and you're finding out it's still not quite priced right despite your best efforts. So when you're not getting the showing activity or not getting the results that you want and the seller comes back at you, what's your response to them?
Well, I mean, I think Greg will agree with me on this, is I have this conversation with my seller every single week. And I think the issue is going to be is that she's not talking to her seller enough. The rule that I have with sellers is we're going to speak on Wednesday, speak on Thursday, and if we don't speak on Thursday, you call me and fire me on Friday. And with every one of those phone calls, I'm dead serious because what happens is you earn the right for a price modification. Yeah. You earn that right by keeping in touch with your clients. So the thing is, if you're not keeping in touch with your clients, they're going to think you're doing a bad job. People come to me with price modifications. It's that simple.
Do they really?
So it's like, they do, because I've planted it in their head 2-3 weeks prior when I'm like, all right, so what do you want to do? I'm like, it's, we've had double digits, should have one off, but I've planted that seed 2 to 3 weeks ahead of time. So,
gotcha.
Very, very rarely do my people tell me I'm not doing a good job because they know everything that I'm doing.
No, like literally, and I'm not blowing smoke here. Like that's one of the best quotes I've ever heard. You earn the right to ask for price modifications, and it's so true. And this goes back to client service of any kind in any industry. If you're not communicating consistently, and this is something that we got drilled in at Viral Marketing back in the day, was regular, scheduled, structured communication. Like, that is how you communicate your value to them. That's how you communicate what you're doing for them. It's how you communicate and avoid problems that are coming down the pipe. And that's exactly right. And I love I've always loved the idea of like regular scheduled calls with sellers. I don't know. Well, let's put it this way. I do know why agents don't do it, which is that, number one, they're lazy, and number two, they don't want to come back and have an uncomfortable conversation with the seller about what they haven't been doing to sell their home for the last week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I mean, what my standard conversation looks like, I tell them on the listing consultation, here's what we're going to talk. We're going to talk every Wednesday. Here's what the conversation is going to look like. First of all, we're going to go over the market. First we're going to go over the showings.
Right.
We're going to see what feedback we have. Second, we're going to go over the market, tell you the marketing that I did and the results. Fourth, I'm going to tell you the marketing we're doing next week. Fifth, we're going to talk about price. And then sixth, I'm going to actually have you rate me and tell me how good of a job I'm doing. So.
Nice. I like it. Greg, who's doing that on your team?
Doing what? The price modifications, the same with clients?
No, the weekly seller update call.
We don't have weekly seller update calls. We do it every day. Eileen's in constant communication with them. If there's anything day-to-day communication-wise, Eileen is point person at all times. I mean, she's in Tahoe right now, and she's still, setting up meetings, orchestrating things, communicating with clients via text, via Facebook Messenger, the whole nine. So, I mean, that I set clients up with that in the beginning. I tell them, hey, look, guys, I'm super ecstatic to be working with you. This is how it's going to be going down. If there's something needs to be discussed in regards to the contract or something along those lines, or we get an offer or anything else, then you'll be talking to me. For everything else, you'll be speaking to Eileen about. For scheduling stuff, for organizing things, Eileen is your go-to point person. And because, one, that annoys the crap out of me. I just can't deal with that shit. And as Matt and Aaron, you will learn, that is not my strong suit. So my strong suit is to go do what I do out in the public and create more leads back in for our team. And we then work with our clients on a higher level, not in the weeds, on a constant basis. So
yeah, and that's what frees you up to not have to work weekends. So Aaron, let's get into that part a little bit. So you don't work. You're home every day at 4. You turn off your phone on Sunday. It sounds like you work a little bit on Saturdays. But I mean, when you're dealing with clients, I mean, every agent struggles with that. What's the key to like setting the expectations right so that you do have the freedom to not work nights and weekends?
It's simple. My voicemail and my email does it for me. My voicemail says, you reached Aaron. I'm unavailable to answer my phone right now. For a quicker response, please email me at aaron@westchestersells.com. If this is a question about one of my listings, please contact my transaction coordinator or my listing coordinator, Jen at yada, yada, yada. Otherwise, leave a message and I'll return your call as soon as possible. Please note, if this message is anytime after 6 or on Sunday, I'll return your call the following business day. Thank you and have a great day. My voicemail does it for me.
Gotcha. Nice.
Clear and concise, to the point. I mean, there's no messing around. And people say,
Aaron,
well, God, I want to.
What about emergencies? I don't understand.
Okay, well, let me ask you a question. So here's the thing: is the conversations I have when I sell after they sign the listing agreement is, let me tell you how I work. Okay, here's the thing: is I have a 4-year-old and I have 60-month-old twins and a wife that I like to spend time with. So evenings after 6 o'clock and on Sundays I am with my family. And if you should need anything that's an emergency, you can email me directly and I'll get back to you. Sundays I'll get back to you within maybe 6 hours. But after 6 o'clock, you'll hear from me the following business day. Unless we're negotiating out a deal, then we'll be in touch. I have a backup cell phone for that. So.
Gotcha.
It's simple. There is no real estate emergency. There's absolutely. Give me an emergency. Give me something that. What is an emergency?
Otherwise, negotiating a deal, nothing.
There's not even an emergency. Not when you're a listing agent. If you're a listing agent, you can wait.
Well, if your buyer wants to wait to go under contract, yeah, you can wait. But they don't like to do that. They like to go under contract.
I don't work with buyers, so.
I do.
I know. I'll get you over to the good side of the
I knew that was coming. All right. Let's look at another question. So Leo Peter Alvarez says, do any of you have any expired packages that you leave at the door? Aaron, you do anything like that?
Yeah, I have a pre-listing package and a 150-point marketing plan that I emailed them prior to our appointment.
Okay.
For expires, we can't. We don't work. I mean, we have 14 expireds since January.
Wow.
I mean,
that's insane.
We have 0 inventory here. I mean, it just does not happen. So, I mean, when it comes to dropping something off, like I'll go and Here's one that I'm going to go back to because the guy wasn't there, but I'll print up an RPR report, a pretty good size one with, color, has all this nice pretty stats on it. It's an idea generator, and then I'll do my book that I've talked to you guys about with all my stuff and good stuff in it. This is really, really thick cardstock.
Yeah, this
really
is what
a
we
heavy,
didn't have.
heavy piece of material that people, once I drop that in front of someone's hands, their response, their eyes get big, like, wow, that's really nice, that's really expensive, that's really nice. They say it like several times, and that's what I bring, and they're blown away by the quality of the product, and then it's up to me to build the relationship.
Yeah, but it removes all credibility issue.
All credibility issues.
Yeah.
Completely.
Which is funny that you pull that out, Greg, because I was going to ask you guys to do this. So we did this Facebook Live last weekend when we were up in New York, and we went through, Aaron, we went through your listing presentation. What we couldn't really do was go through Greg's because Greg didn't have that exact booklet because, like an idiot, he didn't have it on him at all, on his person at all times.
Unacceptable.
Unacceptable.
Just in case when I fly 3,000 miles away and I meet with only real estate agents, I should have had this in case a pop-up listing appointment came my way. I knew
Exactly. What if somebody wanted to co-op list their $8.9 million listing with you?
Then I would 25% referral it over to Aaron and just take money and not have to do shit. Boom.
Once again, you are the loser of the call today, Mr. McDaniel. You are the loser of the call.
This is so much fun. We should have him back more often.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So let's go through, Greg. Let's go through your listing
We should work on something together.
Yeah, we should.
We should work on something together. That'd be a great idea. Wink, nudge.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So Aaron and Greg, you guys want to role play a little bit on Greg's listing consultation?
Dude,
I don't. I really don't, but I'm going to because it'll make him happy. No, let's go ahead and do it.
Dude, it's not. You seem to think like there's some like there's a script or a formula that I do on listing presentations. There's not. There is not.
We promised a waiting and hungry public that we would give them Greg's listing consultation.
Here it is.
What he does is do you know who I am?
You know who I am,
bitch? That's right.
You don't? Well, then I don't even know what to do with you if you don't know who I am. That's it.
That's right.
Wow. Egotistical a little bit? Wow. Guys, really, okay, this is how this works. I'll go into a property and I will give them several different things. I'll bring an RPR, I'll bring a touch CMA printed out, I'm going to bring my booklet into them, and I'm just going to start, I get them on my value add rocket ship. I make it appear, and I have, I do due diligence, prior to. I bring them good information so that when I'm there, I've already done work for them, which is improving their lives. And then I show them the nice, shiny, booklet with all these beautiful, wonderful numbers and maps and, percentages and everything else. And I ask them very candidly, do you guys want to walk through this thing step by step, or do you guys just like to kind of help me walk through the house, let me take a look at it, and then we'll talk about how we're going to move together and start getting the property ready, to hit the market as a team. So I use us, we, team in my verbiage, and I bring more value when I first show up. And I also want to listen to what they're saying and help them get to where they want to be. So if they have an issue why they're not going to move, great, I back off and I just work at their schedules on their timeline. I don't push people to do things unrealistically. And one of the things I disarm people with right in the beginning is they say, Aaron, I'm really excited to be here with you and your wife. Let me explain how we operate a little bit here. We are blessed to work with a large number of families on it every single year. So when we do our real estate, we're client-minded, not commission-minded. So what that really means is that when the time is right for you, it's going to be the right time for us. Do you understand what I mean by that? That we're not going to force you to do something you don't want to do. Is that okay?
That sounds great.
And people, when I do that, they feel extremely. You can literally see the pressure come out of them because they know they're not going to be pitched into an uncomfortable position anymore because we're perceived as pushy slime balls. It's okay. I'm on a mission. Aaron, you are. Matt, you are. We're all on a mission to debunk that myth. Well, it's not a myth, it's a reality for most agents, which sucks. But, we're going to try to take that out of most people's brains, even because you're coming from a period of scarcity when you're like, oh my God, I need a deal. Even if you do need that deal, there is someone somewhere that can lend you a few bucks that can, carry you through that time frame, or you go get a part-time job. But as long as you don't push your clientele and they know that you're there on their best interests, that's why my listing presentations are different every single time. It also doesn't hurt that we've been in the market here for 30 years. But you know, if they don't know me in different marketplaces where we're breaking into, and I just do that, guys, it's sitting out at the dining room table. I've closed people in every part of the home. I mean, it doesn't matter as long as you'll feel that time when you can feel that they're interested and they want to take it to the next level, and you ask them a simple question. You don't say, "So, when can we get the contract signed?" No, guys, that's sales. You're going to trigger a reaction somewhere within their brain of like, "Oh, fear-based." You know, he's pushing me. But if you put it back into their court and you say, you know, Aaron, you know, after we've talked about everything here, how would you like to move? What would you like the next steps to be? I'm not saying move forward. I'm saying what would you like the next steps to be? Because if you say, well, I got to talk to my wife, I got to do this, I got to do that. Okay, now I know. Did I bring enough value that you see value in me? And if I didn't, it's my job to start doing it again. What's
your closing rate when you go on an appointment?
Like 80, 90%. If they really want to do something, we'll facilitate it. Because I sell the fact of the team. I say, look, you get 7 people for the price of 1. The three partners, me, Terry, and Chris, guaranteed that one of us, we call ourselves the blue shirts because we're all wearing blue shirts in the picture. One of the blue shirts will be boots on ground at all times, and you'll have direct connection to Eileen, you know, without a doubt. So if there's anything that comes up, we're always going to be here for you. And people really get that, you know, enjoy that. I mean, yeah, my dad. The joke that I say is like, yeah, you know, my father and I are related, but we don't vacation together. So, you know, we're all going to be, someone's going to be here at all times for you. Because a lot of times people are so afraid that, you know, and if you're a single agent or if you are a husband and wife team, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Find someone that you can partner with when you go on a vacation, because you're going to need a vacation. I mean, you're not a cyborg. You know, you're not like Matt. You know, Matt's like, yes, thank you, I own that. But I mean, say, hey, look, you know, let's say I'm a single agent and Aaron and I are in the same KW office in New York. I say, hey, Aaron, can I partner with you, man? We'll split it 50-50 with you. My family and I are going to go on a vacation for a week and a half. And then I tell my
client, you're switching to KW?
Huh?
Did you just say you're switching to KW?
In this theoretical, you know, land that we're living in, yes. But I'm very happy with Jay Rockcliffe.
The coolest name in real estate. Jay Rockcliffe sounds like a badass. He just sounds like he's a bad dude. Like he's a bouncer.
Sounds like he's like related to Rock Hudson or something.
Yeah, he's like, who are you? I'm Jay Rockcliffe.
I'm the Jay Rockcliffe. I put the rock in the J. Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's like the coolest. I'm going to switch to your company just so I can use that. Who do you work with? Jay Rockcliffe.
Jay Rockcliffe.
He sounds like a bad dude. All right, I'm sorry.
He is a badass mofo.
Is he a real person? I want to meet him and I want to buy him a beer.
No, he's not. Our founder actually took the last. How do you do this? His grandparents and his wife's grandparents took the first letter of his wife's last name, maiden name, and then used Rockcliffe, which is his grandparents' last name. So got Jay Rockcliffe.
Got it.
But that's what I do. I mean, I go in and I assess the situation. The most important thing what I do is I go in and I own the space when I walk into someone's home, not in a negative way, but in a positive way. I go in with very positive energy and power, and I take control of my airspace, and I dictate what's going to take place around me. And that's people want that. They want a leader.
That's interesting. Yeah, like Aaron. I mean, do you pay attention to that stuff? Is that something that you do naturally?
Oh, no, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, when I walk in, pretty much I take my shoes off. It's one of the first things I do, and I just go to their kitchen table and drop my stuff down, and I say, if you wouldn't mind, give me the grand tour, please. And I just, boom, I own it.
Gotcha.
It's all about confidence.
Mm-hmm. It is. It is all about confidence. I mean, everyone gets a little nervous, right? I mean, gosh, was it fourth quarter of last year? I was going into a couple of multi-million-dollar homes wearing what you guys always see me wear: dress shirt, untucked jeans, my Vans with my sports coat.
Were you wearing pants? Were you wearing pants?
No. There's a pants optional day.
That's owning the space. That is owning the space.
What do you think of my new boxer briefs? Yeah.
So when you say own this space, you just never mind. Okay.
Back off the ledge, sir.
I love the ledge. The rock. I don't like the ledge. I like the rock cliff.
Oh, God. All right. Let's rein this back in. So let me take another question for Aaron here. So Terry Hendricks asked, "Do all prospect canceled and expireds, or canceled and withdrawns, just like you prospect expireds?"
I don't have canceled and withdrawns. All I have here is expired and off market. That's all that I have. So
because of the MLS or because of the market conditions?
Weird. It's the way the MLS is. There's no such thing as canceled or withdrawn in my market.
Really?
No, we have.
So
it's my MLS is really weird. We have off market and we have expired. That's it.
Okay, so which is weird. You're kind of flying blind, right? All you know is that the home was on the market one day, is now off the market the next day. You don't even know that the listing agreement expired, right?
Pretty much, but once it's taken off the market, we have the ability to solicit that listing. The client needs to get a full written release of commission from the prior broker. So it's really weird how things work here.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It is really interesting. But I mean, okay, let's talk about off-market then. You know, if you have off-market properties, wouldn't that be the same exact?
Same exact script.
Okay.
Same thing. I don't treat them any differently.
Gotcha. Okay. Interesting. All right. Let's see. Here's a good one. So Deborah Kastner asks, a potential seller says, quote, "I'm hard to deal with and I prefer to go it alone." So basically, Aaron, try to list yourself.
So let me get this straight, Mr. Seller. You are very hard to deal with, and you want to try and go at it alone. Is that right?
Yes.
You haven't met my wife yet, so let me ask you a question. How soon are you thinking about making a move?
About 3 months.
No one got it. It was basically, I'm implying that my wife does the same thing. So. It's very true.
She wants to go it alone.
Yeah, she likes to do shit. She likes to do stuff on her own. She likes to. It's the truth. So that was exactly what I like to do a lot of the time is diffuse with humor. It's what I do. I like diffusing with humor.
Nice.
I think it's important if you can master the humor. Well, you also have a background in stand-up, comedy, so you have a knack for it. A lot of people don't. So, what would be a tip or a trick for someone to look for if they're in a situation if they need to diffuse it with humor? What's one of your go-to kind of?
Oh, I just repeat the question. What I'll do is I call it the 3 R's: repeat, reaffirm, and redirect with another question. So let me get this straight. Mr. Seller, is that you feel that you're difficult to work with and you want to try and go at it alone. Is that correct?
Yep.
Got it. So can you tell me more about that, please?
I'm a difficult asshole. I like to go it on my own. I just think I can do it better.
Understood. Okay, so when you say go at it alone, are you talking that you want to keep it up for sale by owner, or are you saying that I'll be straight with you. This is the first time I've ever heard anybody tell me this. Is when you say go at it alone, do you want to do the entire thing on your own? Is that right?
Well, no, of course I need to bring an attorney in, and I need to have an escrow people. But yeah, I mean, besides that, I don't want to do it myself.
Okay, so in essence, you don't want to go at it alone. You just don't want to work with a real estate agent. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so be honest. Why don't you want to work with a real estate agent?
I don't like you.
Well, I can't overcome that objection.
That one, I agree with you, sir. I don't even like myself.
With that one, I'm not going to overcome. The goal here is to get to commission because with the first sale by owner, it's always about commission. So the thing is
okay, so re-ask me the question.
You're looking, let's look at the price objection, not an I don't like you objection.
Yeah, so re-ask me the question.
Yeah, so let me ask you this. So, I mean, what's the main reason, please be honest, always say be honest, that you want to go at it alone?
You know what? I'm on such a thin shoestring budget here that, I honestly, if I employ an agent, then I'm going to go in the hole. So it's really difficult for me to justify the commission when I've watched YouTube videos. I think I can do it myself, and I've watched HGTV. It can't be that hard.
So it's all about the money then, right?
Yes, it's about the money. I mean, I was watching Brother to Brother or whatever that dumbass show is, and that guy can do it.
Yeah, TV makes it look easy, but the reality of it is Mr. Seller, let's say you want X, and I charge you Y. As long as you get X, does Y really matter?
Well, of course I want more money, but I mean,
But here's the thing, is that if I charge you $10 million to sell your house, and I get some idiot to pay $10,500,000 for your house, I'll even split the $10 million with you. Does it, at the end of the day, what's more important, the amount you pay me or the amount you net?
The amount I net.
Exactly.
Yeah, because we're buying another house in California. I got to go put down. I'm using a great agent out there by the name of Greg McDaniel.
Yeah, he's a nice guy, I heard.
Yeah.
Rockcliffe, right?
A rocky cliff over on, yes.
He's a rocky cliff. So, I mean, the thing is that I didn't diffuse with humor. All I did was ask more questions. So the thing is, you ask questions and ask questions and ask questions. Eventually, they're going to dig a hole they can't get themselves out of. So it's repeat, reaffirm, and redirect with another question. That's what I call the 3 R's of objection handling. Yeah,
my dad did that to me all growing up. He would back me into corners verbally, constantly. What would he do? He would always listen and ask questions. He would never value, but never blame. He'd summarize all the time. He'd do role reversal. He stayed completely dispassionate, which was creepily unfun because no matter how mad I got, he would just be like, I get it. Help me understand that. I'm like, motherfucker. But if you can do that same, whole thing, the triple R's, and be dispassionate and ask questions and be in a constant state of curiosity and find a solution. Because what if ultimately I'm like, I just don't like you. You're like, all right, totally noted.
Well, let me ask you this then. You don't like me, that's okay. I understand that because you really want to work with people that you respect and what you like. But do you feel that I can get you the most amount of money for your home?
I don't know. I don't know you.
Excellent. I don't even know where we are. Are we on a phone call or are we in person?
No, you ran into each other at the Starbucks.
Yeah. List with me.
That's right.
List with me.
All right, one last question, then we'll wrap this up before it gets out of hand. So James Bausch, I believe it is. So he says, I'm working on objection handling. Who's got the best script for I've got a friend or relative?
Ooh, I do.
I got a good one.
All right, you go first.
Okay, so I have a friend or relative in the business, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, you know what, Aaron? I totally understand that you have a friend or a relative in the industry. I mean, in all honesty, if you can't throw a rock into a crowd of people here in Danville, California, and not hit at least 3 real estate agents, there's something wrong. And everybody has had their license for quite a long time. To buy and sell investment properties, it's cool. So let me ask you: are they active here in the area? Or are they, or are they somewhere else?
They're active in the area.
Son of a bitch, go with the other one. They're never in the area.
Oh, they're not in the area. No, they're not. They're not. They're down the street.
They're down the street. So what I did to them, because, if they are in the area, dude, I say, you know what, best of luck. If there's anything I can ever do, let me know. Because you're never going to win that. You're just not. Thanksgiving is going to get awkward.
Apparently, Aaron begs to differ.
Oh, well, pipe down for half a second. So if they're out of the area, what I say, what I'm going to do, I know that Matt is your brother-in-law, and why don't I do this? He's in San Jose, we're here in the East Bay, it's a different marketplace. Why don't we it's best to have a professional that knows the lay of the land intimately. Why don't we, I'll be happy to give Matt a 25% referral fee just for being your brother-in-law, and we'll represent your best interests here because we know what the market is doing in the hyper-local marketplaces. Is that okay? Now, Matt gets paid, you get the best representation, everybody wins. Matt doesn't have to keep driving up and down to from San Jose. That has closed quite a bit of business for us and been a good one for us. But I want to hear how you're going to make Thanksgiving not awkward.
Well, you used my close. That in essence is the close. What I'll say is, Greg, let me ask you something. Let's look at this as a business decision. Okay, can we look at this as a business decision? Because that's what it is. We're talking about $650,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Are you looking to do your brother-in-law a favor? Or are you looking to maximize the sale price of your home? Look at this, and once again, I want you to look at this as a business decision.
Mm-hmm. I totally get where you're coming from. I'll tell you right now that he's been a good agent and a good friend. He helped us buy the house, so I am looking at it as a business decision.
Okay, so as a business decision, you feel that it doesn't even make sense to get a second opinion.
Second opinions are always good.
Okay, so here's my thing: is I'm not looking for an appointment. I'm looking for an appointment, not a commitment. The thing is, I'd like to stop by, and like I said, as a business decision, your brother-in-law may be the best person to work with. But also, you want to get a second opinion just to keep everybody honest. And let's say hypothetically that I'm better for the job. What I would like to do then is offer out a referral fee to your brother-in-law so it doesn't get weird at Thanksgiving. Is that at least something you could entertain for us to sit down and talk?
It's something we can entertain, but I have got to run it by my wife. It is her brother. So, if she signs off on the green light, then yeah, we can do something.
Okay, great. Then I probably should speak with her directly. What's the best time or number to reach her at?
Blah 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 blah.
Okay, great. And then, because I mean, here's the thing: is like out of that, you'll maybe pull it off 10 to 20% of the time.
Right.
It's always worth the shot, but it's a question on the relationship and how close the relationship is. Like if someone says, "I'm going to list with my mother," I back the hell away. If someone says, "I'm going to list with my third cousin," okay, I can work with that. So,
yeah, third cousin. Yeah, not if, that one we can deal with. Matt, you know you're muted, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just a little background noise here.
Oh, okay. I'm like, I'll maybe click the button or something. But no, I'm 100% on board. You'll know those levels. Like if my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister, they do it, they work in the area. God bless you. Best of luck. They're a great agent. Glad you have good representation. They'll roll out. On to the next client because you're not going to win an uphill battle like that. And you don't want to get politically tar and feathered in the real estate industry by stealing away the son of another agent or whatever it's going to be. And that's my personal way of doing business. And everybody can do their stuff their own way.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
A slow yes.
Everyone's like,
yes.
Yeah, okay. I agree with you about 20%. That was fine.
Yeah,
All
just
right,
a
guys.
little bit.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So first of all, let's direct everybody. So if anybody's watching that is not already a member, for the love of God, go join. It's not our Facebook group. It's Aaron's Facebook group. It's Lead Gen Description Objections. So go join that. So Aaron, refresh people's memory on kind of what's the general time frames where they can kind of watch out for your live prospecting sessions.
8 o'clock in the morning. That's it.
Eastern
I'm
time?
on 8 o'clock Eastern
early.
time.
Oof.
Yeah, I know. Well, you know what? You can wake up with one eye next to me, and we'll call it a day. But 8 o'clock Eastern is when I start, and that's when I'm on the top of my game. And if you want to hop on, I'm kind of on it when I feel like being on it. So I'm on sometimes, and I'm not on another time.
You know, if I don't want to do it anymore, I just leave.
I love it. So specific. Just join the group and keep an eye out, basically.
Pretty much. But then you can watch the videos and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. They're there. Like I'm scrolling
up.
through and like I gotta like look at your mug like over and over and over and over again as I see the past videos.
I don't know how my wife does it. I don't know how she does it. I seriously don't get it.
It's the ninth mystery of the world.
This is
Oh man.
This is no McDaniel right here. No way.
What?
Or even a John. No way.
Oh my
I
goodness.
said this
All
is
right,
no
guys.
McDaniel or Johnson right here.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is I'll be posting up into your stuff as well a little bit, kind of as we move down our portal together on our very exciting new venture that we are. And Matt, Matt and Aaron and I are actually working on something together. I know he was messing around with you, but I'll be joining you guys a little bit with doing some prospecting. So it's going to be fun. Hopefully, look forward to meeting you guys too.
Right. All right. So let's send this one home. Number one, just want to thank Viral Marketing for helping to make podcasts and hangouts like these happen. Go to gregsmarketingexamples.com. He's got a little video there where he explains kind of what they do and how it fits into getting more referrals and repeat business from their database there in the area, from the area they've been working with for 30 years, like Greg said. So, and then go download Homing In. There's basically seller leads waiting for you, depending on your area, that are essentially homeowners that have requested home valuations from agents, and they probably don't have responses yet because the consumers are finding the app faster than the agents are finding the app. So go download that. And then, Greg, refresh people's memory on the McDaniel Challenge.
McDaniel Challenge, guys, you're going to have an opportunity to work with me directly. We do an hour to an hour and a half coaching call Monday through Thursday. It's 100% free. There are no tricks or tips or gadgets or gazmos that you're going to be offered to buy or pressured to do. It's literally just an opportunity for me to get to know you guys one by one. The next opening, guys, is August 16th, so we're mid-August already. If you think this is something that is of interest for you, please get off the freaking fence and text me, call me, Facebook message me, whatever you need to do. Jesus, Aaron, what the hell was that? Aaron's like chomping at the mic on the other end. I looked down like, what the hell? Gollum.
I wanted to make it awkward. Sorry.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah, mission accomplished.
Boom. Boom. All right. I'll shut up now.
But get a hold of me, guys. If I don't talk to someone, I call Matt. Matt doesn't like that. So it's, hashtag don't let Greg spend a night alone. So please do it. 925-915-1978. Again, 925-915-1978. God damn it, Aaron. And then I also want to give a shout out to Jesse Miller, young guy, just getting going. Dude, he's like 20. And, dude, he's super smart. And he's actually not only just starting in real estate, he loves cars. I talked him off the cliff of buying a brand new Maserati. Bad. don't buy a new Maserati. And so he got his deposit back, and now he's starting a luxury car, basically like it's Uber, but for super high-end luxury vehicles in his local area. And he just texted me that he has like 7 or 8 vehicles at his disposal he can use on a nightly basis. So good for him. Neely, good to talk to you. Beth, congratulations on the second meetup for the Real Estate Uncensored meetup in Denver. And yeah, that's me. We're
All
good.
right. And then Aaron, you mentioned that you had to turn like a few people down for, what was it, for consulting?
Yeah, I'm starting to do basically lead generation consulting. So right now I've got 15 people. I do one-on-one phone calls. There is a fee to it just because it's either hang out with people on the phone or play with my kids. So I do. If you guys want Aaron Wittenstein, just hit me up on Facebook if that's anything you want to talk about. So
Gotcha.
I would go with Greg. He's free and better than I am. So.
But you only get to talk to Greg like once.
Once.
Yeah, you get to talk to me like 6 times a month for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Good, short, sweet, to the point, multiple times. Can I do back-to-back 15 minutes, sir?
Yes.
All 15 minutes in a row.
You can do all your 15 minutes within a 90-minute session. That is correct.
So you can like get on the phone and like watch a movie with you. Be great.
That sounds great.
Hey,
Sounds
pass the
great.
popcorn.
It'll take us 2 months to watch Titanic.
That's awesome. All right, guys, we need to quit quickly before we bore people to death. So with that being said, thank you so much for joining us. This has been Real Estate Uncensored. Make sure to subscribe on YouTube and iTunes and Stitcher and all that, guys. Aaron, thanks so much for joining us. I know it was a little impromptu, but we appreciate you hanging out with us for the hour and taking some questions.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. This was great as always. I
All
love
right,
you.
man.
I love you.
We love you.
I love you. Love you all.
Okay.
All right, guys.
All right, guys. See ya.
Later.
Adios.